Hey everyone, this is Heather. If it's your first time, welcome to my channel. I am what I like to call a truth speaker, and I'm also an intuitive healer. So what I do basically, I offer healing prayers, and I like to just talk about different events going on and my take on things. And today I want to discuss what's going to be happening here tomorrow. Actually, the date is September 23rd, but for some people, depending on where you live, it might actually be, today or tonight, rather. Okay, so there's a lot going on about it. And many are afraid of this day. And so what I want to do is just kind of talk about what I believe is happening and why people are thinking this is such a bad day. Okay, so I've talked before about people who are on their spiritual path, and there's people out there who believe we're in the end times, and that it's basically they're waiting for, God to come and take his people and all that. So, okay, let me kind of break this down here. So first of all, I want to talk quickly about where people get the idea that that bad things are coming, and bad things have been coming, and then it's getting worse and worse. Well, I know right now, because of all the chaos going on in the world, because we've had hurricanes and earthquakes, and there's, the whole western side of the United States is on fire, and we have stuff going on, going on in Europe and other places in this world where things are just not good for people. Okay. So it's very understandable that people are ready and willing to accept that this is the end of the world. Okay, so now I want to talk about something a little controversial. Okay, I probably mentioned it very faintly. I mentioned about what the reptilian race is. Okay, now if you don't know what the reptilian race is, I'll just quickly go over. If you want to go with the theory that we're not alone in this universe, that there are aliens out there, it is believed that these reptilians, they came here a long time ago and made a deal with the humans who lived here, and said we were here to help, but instead ended up enslaving the human race. And since then, we've been living in a lower density. We've been living in a third dimensional world where the powers we once had have been taken from us. Okay. So, with that being said, where we are right now is in the third dimensional reality. And we have a lot of people who have their different beliefs. We have different religious beliefs out there. And, the religious people are the ones who believe it's the end of the world now, because if you were to look at the Bible and you look at the book of Revelations, they say all this stuff is now coming true. It's all coming true. The moon's turning into looking like blood, and we're going to be in darkness, and there's places that are on fire. It looks like hell. It's like, yeah, I have to agree that stuff is happening. However, I want to really think about this. Why is it happening? Okay, is God really throwing his vengeance at us, or is something else going on? What I've been talking to some others about who are spiritual is that we have started since 2012 with a new age. It's supposed to be, the new age started Age of Aquarius. And since then, people have been waking up into this new spirituality and believing that we are not these third dimensional people who just wake up. You have a day-to-day life. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, you're with your family, you have dinner, you go to church on Sundays, you go out, with friends on the weekends, and you watch football and stuff. And we've lived this life. And it seemed like it was okay. But I've always felt, now this is because this is from what I've experienced in my life, that stuff was fine for a while. But I really wondered if there was more out there. Is there more we should be doing? Because I never felt right it was hard for me to fit in anyway. But it just kind of felt like, why am I doing this? When I was going to school every day, why am I doing this? I'm going to work every day, why am I doing this? There's got to be more. And it's being shown to me that there is more. There has been new energy coming onto this earth. And there's been people making contact with aliens, okay, alright. I'm going to just throw it out there. I've said in other videos, I don't want to hear that they're demons. If you think that, fine, whatever. But there's a big universe out there. And there is alien life that is from a higher dimension that is trying to contact us and show us that there's more to life. Okay? So, September 23rd is believed to be a day when the planets will align and this new energy will come and we can finally move into a fifth dimensional reality. Okay, we've been in third dimension and then we were kind of moving to fourth, and now we're making our way to fifth. And we're going to find the spiritual abilities we have, our intuition and our sense of self is going to be shown to us in such a greater way. Okay, so there's this energy gateway coming. In order for the energy, though, to affect us in the right way, we've got to have our minds in the right places. And since these reptilian race that have come here and enslaved us decided, they were going to make sure that we never realized that we could be more, made us think that there's all these bad things. If it's not God, or the church telling you this, then it's something bad. They're demons. Don't listen to them. Unfortunately, we're going to lose something if you do not accept, just accept an understanding or a chance that there is there is something more than you. But it's not so much to say that you are, the small insignificant person. That's what I believe religion has done. It's made us think that we're small and insignificant. We can't question anything. We can't do anything. And the truth is, we have the ability to do a lot. Okay, imagine a world where you can manifest something and it's there in front of you. You can speak telepathically to people. You can understand someone, who they are, just by looking at them. You don't have to be afraid of the stranger anymore. And you can understand their intention. And we can work together. And we can stop the separation. We've been separated by not just our religious beliefs, but our race, by our ethnic backgrounds, by our economic backgrounds, by our, all that, your social status, whatever you want to call it. And I understand there's some out there who are like, well, I don't want to be associated with someone who's not like me. Well, then that's fine. The nice thing is you have free will. So if you don't want to accept the new energy and go into 5D, you don't have to. There's really no right or wrong to this. However, I feel, that it's time for us to kind of just let go of this old way of thinking, this old reality, and move into the higher reality and realize what we can do. Instead of being afraid all the time, every second, of some impending doom on us, instead of being afraid every second of whatever fear you make in your mind, we could finally just be peaceful. And then, yeah, I know it's like, to some people that doesn't sound like a possibility, but what if it is a possibility? So, anyway, that's about it. I've been talking for long enough. Alright, everyone. I'm going to wish you all well. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you again.